Chapter 10 of Nights with Uncle Remus. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain and is read by Mark Smith of Simpsonville, South Carolina. Nights with Uncle Remus by Joel Chandler Harris. Chapter 10. Brer Rabbit's Riddle.
"Could Brother Rabbit pat a tune, sure enough, Uncle Remus?"
asked the little boy, his thoughts apparently dwelling upon the new accomplishment of Brother Rabbit at which the old man had hinted in his story of Mr. Benjamin Ram. Uncle Remus pretended to be greatly surprised that anyone could be so unfamiliar with the accomplishments of Brother Rabbit as to venture to ask such a question. His response was in the nature of a comment.
"Name er goodness! W'at kinder pass dish yer we comin' ter w'en a great big growed up young'un askin' about Brer Rabbit? Bless yo' soul, honey, dey wa'n't no chune gwine dat Brer Rabbit can't pat. Let 'lone dat, w'en dey wuz some un else fer ter do de pattin', Brer Rabbit kin jump out inter de middle of de flo' en des nat'ally shake de eyelids off'n dem udder creeturs. En 't wa'n't none er dish yer bowin' en scrapin', en slippin' en slidin', en han's all 'roun', w'at folks does deze days. Hit 'uz dish yer up en down kinder dancin', whar dey does dey lips up in de air fer ter cut de pidjin wing, en lights on de flo' right in de middle of de double shuffle. Shoo! Dey ain't no dancin' deze days, folks' shoes too tight, en dey ain't got dat limbersomeness in de hips w'at dey useter is. Dat dey ain't. En yit," Uncle Remus continued, in a tone which seemed to imply that he deemed it necessary to apologize for the apparent frivolity of Brother Rabbit, "en yit de time come w'en ole Brer Rabbit 'gun ter put dis en dat tergedder, en de notion strike him lak he better be home lookin' atter de intruss of he fambly, stidder traipsin' en trollopin' 'roun' to all the frolics in de settlement. He tuck'n study dis in he min' twel bimeby he sot out 'terminin' fer ter own he own livelihoods, en den he up'n lay off a piece er groun' en plant 'im a tater patch. Brer Fox, he see all dish yer gwine on, he did, en he 'low ter hisse'f dat he 'speck Brer Rabbit rashfulness done bin subjued 'kaze he skeer'd, en den Brer Fox make up he min' dat he gwine ter pay Brer Rabbit back fer all he deceitfulness. He start in, Brer Fox did, en fum dat time forrard he aggervate Brer Rabbit 'bout de tater patch. One night he leave de drawbars down, n'er night he fling off de top rails, en nex' night he t'ar down a whole panel er fence, en he keep on dis a way twel 'parently Brer Rabbit dunner w'at ter do. All dis time, Brer Fox keep on foolin' wid de tater patch, en w'en he see w'ich Brer Rabbit ain't makin' no motion, Brer Fox 'low dat he done skeer'd sho' nuff, en dat de time done come fer ter gobble 'im up widout leaf er license. So he call on Brer Rabbit, Brer Fox did, en he ax 'im will he take a walk. Brer Rabbit, he ax wharbouts. Brer Fox say, right out yonder. Brer Rabbit, he ax w'at is dey right out yonder. Brer Fox say he know whar dey's some mighty fine peaches, en he want Brer Rabbit fer ter go 'long en climb de tree en fling um down. Brer Rabbit say he don't keer ef he do, mo' speshually fer to oblige Brer Fox. Dey sot out, dey did, en atter a w'ile, sho' nuff, dey come ter de peach orchard, en Brer Rabbit, w'at do he do but pick out a good tree, en up he clum. Brer Fox, he sot hisse'f at de root er de tree, 'kaze he 'low dat w'en Brer Rabbit come down, he hatter come down backerds, en den dat 'ud be de time fer ter nab 'im. But bless yo' soul, Brer Rabbit done see w'at Brer Fox atter 'fo' he clum up. W'en he pull de peaches, Brer Fox say, sezee, 'Fling um down yer, Brer Rabbit, fling um right down yer so I kin ketch um,' sezee. Brer Rabbit, he sorter wunk de furdest eye from Brer Fox, en he holler back, he did, 'Ef I fling um down dar whar you is, Brer Fox, en you misses um, dey'll git squished.'
sezee, "en I'll des sorter pitch 'em out yonder in de grass whar dey won't git bust," sezee. Den he tuck en flung de peaches out in de grass, en w'iles Brer Fox went atter um, Brer Rabbit he skint down outer de tree en hustle hisse'f twel he git elbow room. W'en he git off little ways, he up en holler back to Brer Fox dat he got a riddle he want 'im to read. Brer Fox he ax w'at is it. Wid dat, Brer Rabbit he gun it out to Brer Fox like a man sayin' a speech.
Big bird rob and little bird sing. The big bee zoon and the little bee sting. The little man lead and big hoss foller. Can you tell what's good for a head in a holler?
Ole Brer Fox scratch his head en study en scratch his head. But de mo' he study, de wuss he git mix up wid de riddle, en atter w'ile he tuck'n tell Brer Rabbit dat he dunner know how in de name er goodness to unriddle dat riddle.
Come and go longer with me,
says ole Brer Rabbit, sezee,
and I boun' you I show you how to read dat same riddle. Hit's one er dem ar kinder riddle,
says ole man Rabbit, sezee,
which 'fo' you read her you got to eat a bait of honey, and I done got my eye sot on de place where we can get de honey at,
sezee. Brer Fox, he ax whereabouts is it, en Brer Rabbit, he say up dar in ole Brer B'ar cotton patch, whar he got a whole passel of beegums. Brer Fox, he 'low he did, dat he ain't got no sweet tooth much, yet he wanter git at de innards er dat there riddle, en he don't keer ef he do go long. Dey put out, dey did, en 'twa'n't long 'fo' dey come to ole Brer B'ar's beegums, en ole Brer Rabbit, he up en gun um a rap wid a walkin' cane, des like folks thumps watermillions fer ter see ef dey er ripe. He tap en he rap, en bimeby he come ter one w'ich she soun' like she plum full, en den he go 'roun' behime it, ole Brer Rabbit did, en he up en say, sezee,
I des sorter tilled her up, Brer Fox,
sezee,
en you kin put your head in dar en git some er de drippin's,
sezee. Brer Rabbit, he tilled her up, en, sho' nuff, Brer Fox he jam his head underneath de gum. Hit make me laugh. Uncle Remus continued with a chuckle. Fer to see what a fresh man is Brer Fox, 'kaze he ain't no sooner stuck he head underneath dat there bee gum den Brer Rabbit turn't her loose, en down she come, kerwhoosh, right on Brer Fox's neck, en dar he was. Brer Fox, he kick, he squeal, he jump, he squall, he dance, he prance, he beg, he pray, yet dar he was, en w'en Brer Rabbit git way off en turn 'roun' fer to look back, he see Brer Fox des a wigglin' en a squirmin', en right den en dar Brer Rabbit give one ole time whoop, en des put out fer home. W'en he git dar, de fus man he see was Brer Fox granddaddy, which folks all call Gran'sir Gray Fox. W'en Brer Rabbit see 'im, he say, sezee,
how you come on, Gran'sir Gray Fox?
I still keeps po'ly, I'm 'blige to you, Brer Rabbit, says Gran'sir Gray Fox, sezee.
Is you seed any sign er my gran'son dis mawnin'?
sezee. Wid dat, Brer Fox laugh, en say w'ich him en Brer Fox bin a ramblin' 'roun' wid one another, havin' mo' fun dan w'at a man kin shake a stick at.
We bin a riggin' up riddles en a readin' um 'em,
says Brer Rabbit, sezee.
Brer Fox is settin' off somewheres in de bushes right now, aimin' fer to read one w'at I gum 'im. I'll des drap you one,
says ole Brer Rabbit, sezee,
which, if you kin read it, hit'll take you right spang to where yo' gran'son is, en you can't git dar none too soon,
says Brer Rabbit, sezee. Den ole Gran'sir Gray Fox, he up en ax w'at is it, en Brer Rabbit, he sing out, he did,
de big bird rob en little bird sing. De big bee zoon en de little bee sting. De little man lead en de big hoss foller. Kin you tell w'at's good fer a head en a holler?"
Gran'sir Gray Fox, he tuck a pinch of snuff en cough easy ter himse'f, en study, but he can't make it out, en Brer Rabbit, he laugh en sing: "Bee gum mighty big fer ter make fox collar. Kin you tell w'at's good fer a head en a holler?" Atter so long a time, Gran'sir Gray Fox sorter ketch a glimpse of w'at Brer Rabbit tryin' ter gin 'im, en he tip Brer Rabbit good day, en shuffle on fer ter hunt up his gran'son.
"And did he find him, Uncle Remus?" asked the little boy.
Tooby sho', honey. Brer B'ar year de racket w'at Brer Fox is kickin' up, en he go down dar fer ter see w'at de marter is. Soon ez he see how de lan' lay, co'se he tuck a notion dat Brer Fox bin robbin' de bee gums, en he got 'im a handful er hick'ries, Brer B'ar did, en he lit in on Brer Fox en he wom his jacket scandalous, en den he tuck'n tu'n 'im loose, but 't wa'n't long 'fo' all de neighbors git word dat Brer Fox bin robbin' Brer B'ar's bee gums.
End of chapter 10.